Today's classic cartridge is The Secret of Evermore, which Square published in '95 for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. It sounds like The Secret of Mana, and it shares some sort of design elements, like a radial kind of ring menu, and you're playing with a couple of characters that are fighting in real time. But it's a different game. It was designed by American designers that worked at Square, which was unique back in the day. And it's kind of a crazy B-movie plot where you play a young boy and his dog as they get sort of strewn across 4 different historical, mythological, crazy, weird environments in this title.
Right. I was along for the ride in this one. This is my first experience with the game because it came out in 1995, so I was pretty young when it first came out.
We don't have to compare the age of the games to the age of Marissa every time.
But we can.
Yeah, we can,
if you want to.
Yeah.
But we jump into this game and we do meet this young boy, and you can name the boy yourself. That's what I love about these old school RPGs.
Was yours Batwing?
No, it was not Batwing.
Right.
It was MR because I still want my name in there somehow.
Got you,
and I named the dog because you can. I named the dog Bo because that's my dog as well. Okay. My dog, I don't need to get into that. But anyway, so I felt a connection to these characters because I still felt like they were my own. And you leave the movie theater and the dog is just really up to no good. He gets you into some trouble here and you're sucked into this world, into a prehistoric land.
Fighting dinosaurs.
Fighting dinosaurs. You don't know what the heck is going on. You have some kind of bone that you're crushing people. It's called a bone crusher, I believe. And that's what you do, and you meet people along the way. And what is so cool about this game is that the story is very interesting because you're meeting different characters in these separate worlds, but these are characters that were sucked into this crazy experiment that got lost in these worlds as well. So I loved learning about that, and I loved picking up the pieces of the story. It's just the gameplay itself that I wasn't too attracted to.
Yeah, you kind of get hung up on some of the corners and stuff. The collision detection isn't terrific in this title, as it wasn't in Secret of Mana, especially when you look at it back in today's sort of standards. But it was massive in its scope, and you do get this, completely different background art elements when you travel to, a space station for some levels, and you're going through sort of medieval times as well in some other areas. And it was funny, and it was kind of poking fun at the whole genre of RPGs a little bit and how serious they can be. I think Square was trying to take a different tack with this title, and it's really still very playable. I think the real-time battling and the ability to avoid some of these constant sort of encounters with enemies that I think can plague a lot of Japanese RPGs where you're just constantly stuck in this loop of out of nowhere you're in battles all the time. Now you can avoid it with this real-time stuff, and it makes it a little bit more interesting.
You can, but I still feel like I'm getting hurt all the time.
Yes.
There's always
Not easy.
things coming at me. Even in the beginning, there's just these flowers with vines that are constantly attacking you. And you also have to worry about your dog as well that you can switch to, which is very cool because you can play as the dog and then sniff things out, like little treasures here or there that you can use to then make potions, make alchemy potions that you can use for your own magic. I mean, there's a lot of elements here that are very cool, but I'm often distracted by the little things getting at me in the level, like the wormhole, the little sand plots that like suck you in, then keep pushing you back. I was stuck on that level forever.
Yeah, part of it is navigating through the 2D overhead perspective. There are limitations, still very imaginative. I think it's still worth playing if you're looking for kind of a retro RPG experience, if you can dig this up somewhere. Secret of Evermore is a fun game. What are you giving it?
It's fun, but it's pretty expensive. You can find it. I'm going to give this game a 6.5.
Gets an 8 from me.